So you've built something awesome. Customers love it, sales are on the up and up, and now you're looking at that world map and you're not just seeing countries anymore. You're seeing customers. So the big question isn't if you should go global, it's how.
I mean, selling to the whole world, it's a huge opportunity. But there's this one massive question hanging over everything. What's the right way to do it? Do you hop on a rocket ship that's already built and ready to go? Or do you start from scratch and build your own?
So that's exactly what we're going to unpack in this explainer. We'll start by defining that core choice every global brand has to make. Then we'll take a ride on the Amazon Expressway to see all the good and the bad. After that, we'll explore what it really takes to build your own online flagship. And finally, we'll put them side by side and give you a framework to help you decide which path is the right one for you.
Okay, first things first. We've got to really get our heads around the fundamental choice at the heart of all of this. It's a genuine fork in the road for any business looking to grow. You know, when you boil it all down, there are really two main ways you can go about this. You can plug into a massive, pre-built machine like Amazon, or you can grab a shovel and start paving your own road. And trust me, the path you pick, it's going to define your brand, your profits, pretty much your entire future.
All right, so let's jump into that first option. I want you to think of it like the Amazon Expressway. It's a super highway that's already built, it's incredibly fast, and man is it packed with traffic.
So, what's the single biggest, most powerful thing about Amazon? It's this. The second your product is live, you have instant access to a massive, ready-made global customer base. I'm talking millions. Literally millions of people who are already there, searching for stuff with their credit cards basically out and ready to go.
Okay, so this route has some major upsides right out of the gate. For starters, people already trust Amazon, right? So that trust kind of rubs off on you. Plus, you get to plug right into their incredible logistics system. You've heard of it, FBA, or Fulfilled by Amazon. They handle the storage, the packing, the shipping, all of it. It just makes it so much easier to get started and puts you in front of a giant audience almost overnight. But, and this is a big but, that speed and convenience, it comes at a price. Amazon's going to take a pretty hefty slice of the pie from commissions and all sorts of fees. And you're not alone. You're basically thrown into this massive, super competitive jungle with thousands of other sellers. But here's the real kicker. You have very little control. You can't really build your brand's story. You're always playing by their rules. And maybe most importantly, you don't actually own that customer relationship at all. And you know that whole lack of control thing? Well, that brings us perfectly to path number 2, building your own website. Yeah, this isn't about renting a little kiosk on someone else's superhighway. This is about building your own damn flagship store. And the main benefit here is just one word, really. Control. Total, absolute control. You control the look, the feel, the branding. You get to keep all that precious customer data. You design the entire experience, from the very first click all the way to the unboxing. And having that kind of control, it pays off big time in the long run. I mean, you can create this entire world around your brand that nobody else can copy. You build real relationships with your customers, and you gather all this amazing data that helps you make better stuff. This can all lead to bigger profit margins, and most importantly, you're building something that lasts, real brand equity, an asset that is all yours.
Okay, but let's be real. Building your own flagship is a massive project. You're responsible for, well, everything. That means spending a ton of money on marketing just to get people to your site. You've got to figure out the nightmare of international payments, taxes, and shipping, and you have to earn every single bit of customer trust from square one, which means that startup phase, yeah, it's going to feel a lot slower. A lot slower.
Okay, so we've walked down both paths. Now it's time for the main event, the head-to-head showdown. Let's put these two strategies right next to each other and see how they stack up. So let's break this down, side by side. On the Amazon side, you've got crazy fast setup and low upfront costs. Your own site? Totally the opposite. It's slow and costs more to get going. But watch how it flips. Amazon has high ongoing fees, while your own site can actually be cheaper to run over time. But the biggest difference is right here. Look at brand control and customer data. With Amazon, you get basically zero. With your own site, they're your crown jewels. And that flows right into scalability. On Amazon, you're kind of stuck with their limits. But with your own site, the sky is literally the limit.
Okay, so after all that, how on earth do you actually choose? Let's get into our final section where we'll give you a simple framework to help you figure this out for your business.
Look, this isn't about good versus bad. It's about what's right for your business right now. So ask yourself these questions. First up, your budget. What can you actually afford to spend up front versus over time? Second, what are your brand goals? Is getting in front of tons of people the most important thing right now, or is having that iron grip on your brand the real priority? Third, think about your product. Is it something that just competes on price, or is it a whole unique experience? And finally, be honest about your resources. Do you really have the team and the know-how to handle global marketing and logistics all by yourself?
At the end of the day, it all boils down to one single, powerful question. Is your business built to be a destination that people actively seek out, or is it a product that's designed to be found? And your answer to that, it'll tell you everything you need to know. Do you build your own destination, or do you find a spot on the world's biggest expressway?